or email complaints@iba.org.zm or visit our website www.iba.org.zm.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority, promoting a pluralistic broadcasting industry in Zambia through fair, transparent, and effective regulation.
On social media, like our Facebook page, Oblate Radio Liseli, and get updated with the latest news and current affairs. Oblate Radio Liseli, spreading the light of Christ.
Tomorrow, watch it in the evening and hear it now on Oblate Radio.
These and many other stories, but first we hear from the church. Pope Leo has stressed that Jesus' cry from the cross reveals the final stage of a love that is given up to the very end, and encourages everyone to avoid seeing crying as a weakness, but rather as an act of extreme prayer. Reflecting at the weekly general audience on the crucifixion, the Pope stressed that Jesus did not die in silence, noting that he does not fade away gradually like a light that burns out, but rather he lives life with a cry. Pope Leo explains that a cry is more than the body surrendering, but the final sign of a life being surrendered, highlighting that this shows that the Son, who had always been in communion with the Father, expressed silence, absence, and the abyss in the difficult moments of his passion. He concluded by inviting everyone to genuinely cry out in the midst of trial, because if Christians make a cry to open their hearts, it can be the beginning of a new light, of a new birth. Sesheke Kazungwa Road drivers have called for the construction of the road as it has become impassable. The road users state that they spend many days on the road due to its bad state.
Since yesterday night we are still here. Let the government work on the road. Because people are suffering. It's a truck drivers. We have slept in the bush. It's the bush here. Let them work on this road. Only this part is bad. Then they can go back to the other side. So they need to work on the same road. They put sand, not this dust.
This road should be given the attention that it deserves. If the road is like this before the rain season, how is it going to be when the rain starts? We appeal to government to work on it quickly.
Meanwhile, government says plans to permanently construct a bituminous road for the 230 Sesheke Kazungura Road are underway through the public-private partnership. Speaking to Zanis Inimwandi, Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa disclosed that the impassable stretch will soon be worked on.
We are aware of the problem. The Mandi Town Council is on top of things. They're trying their best. The Road Development Agency, Southern Region and the Western Region are also aware of this problem and they are working together. You can see just to unblock the road, Mandi Council has availed this equipment to try to push and pull the trucks just to open, to unblock the road. The median term is that we are going to repair this section and the other sections of the road which have deteriorated. In the long term, everybody knows the government has put this road as a priority road. It's a big commercial road, it's an economic road. And you are aware that we are entering into a public-private partnership agreement to reconstruct. The long-term solution is to reconstruct, and the works are already in the process.
A Lutewa Development Committee chairperson is concerned about lack of road humps along the Tazama Road in the area. Speaking to Oblate Radio Liseli News, KB Kalima says motorists overspeed due to the lack of road humps, threatening the lives of the people living in that area. Mr. Kalima states that a few months ago, 2 children were hit and killed by a speed vehicle, noting that there are spots that can be identified to put humps. He has since called on relevant authorities to quickly put up road humps to avoid further accidents.
That road has no humps, and people around the graveyard junction there, people are staying along that road, are complaining that the vehicles are speeding a lot along that road, such that it has become a danger, especially to young people who are traveling to go to schools and other places. It's a very nice road, but it is also a danger to, especially the young men, young people, and also women are threatened. So, to avoid any calamity that may occur in the future, of course we know that we lost the 2 children recently, but we are seeing a situation where there will be a bigger calamity. So we don't want a situation where the authority will just react to a situation after a disaster has occurred. So our appeal now is that let the authorities come in and put road humps along that road.
Meanwhile, Mongo Municipal Council Public Relations Officer Faustina Litwai states that the local authority is aware and working with the road development agency to ensure the humps are put in place.
Just the funding, we are currently working in hand with RDA. So we applied to RDA to come in for help us with putting those humps. So if you've seen where there are no humps, it's only maybe starting from Mungu Lusaka Road to somewhere after the good side, but in this side. So for now, we are still waiting on RDA and also hoping maybe they can be a contractor soon enough that will be making any road using the bituminous. Because as Mungu Municipal Council, we construct our roads currently with gravel, and we cannot put gravel humps on that road. So the time frame is just waiting for a response from RDA, and when that response is available, we are going to work on the specify on the time frame.
Minister of Agriculture, Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, John Mlongoti, says a reduction in mealie meal prices may not be looming despite Zambia's impressive maize harvest of over 3.6 billion metric tons in the 2024-2025 farming season. Mr. Mlongoti says it is not possible that the price of mealie meal will reduce from the current 230 kwacha for a 25 kilogram bag of breakfast. He says that while the bumper harvest has helped to stabilize supply and calm some price volatility, a large harvest alone does not automatically translate into lower prices. Mr. Mulongoti explains that the cost of production and the wider value chain, including inputs, labor, transport, and milling, continue to influence the final price paid by consumers, and emphasize that reduction in one area do not necessarily cut end user prices if other costs remain high. He is urging stakeholders and consumers to consider the entire supply chain when assessing price movements and warned against expecting immediate price drop merely because of higher harvest. Senanga Town Council has successfully signed a contract for the 2025 Constituency Development Fund CDF community projects set to be implemented across various sectors in the district. Council Public Relations Officer Kumoyo Akakandelwa Chikoti says that the council invited all successful contractors from the recent bidding process to officially sign contracts, making a major milestone in turning the projects into reality. Mrs. Chikoti says that these projects are designed to uplift communities by delivering essential infrastructure and services that directly benefit the people of Senanga. She says Senanga Town Council remains committed to timely, transparent, and impactful implementation of CDF projects for the betterment of the district. Oral interviews and practical tests for candidates aspiring to serve as voter educators are currently underway in Iskongo district. Iskongo Town Council Public Relations Officer Susan Samulela says the exercise is taking place at King Lewanika Lodge, where applicants are being assessed on their knowledge of communication skills and ability to carry out voter education duties. She explains that the aspiring candidates are set for their attitude test on Tuesday, which are designed to measure a range of their skills.
Oh, okay, so we had the aptitude test yesterday, and today we are finalizing. We are doing the last part, which is the oral interviews and the practicals. So the ones that are sitting to these aptitude tests and the practicals are the AROs. So in the exam for today, we have about 32 that were shortlisted, and out of the number, we only need 15. Currently, they are being held at the Council Lodge, King Lewanika Lodge in Congo.
The Alliance Against Corruption Advocate says the planned appeal by the Director of Public Prosecutions of the jail sentences for former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji and former Secretary to the Treasury Fredson Iyamba highlights the need for robust collaboration between law enforcement agencies and the judiciary in combating corruption. The Alliance Against Corruption Advocate Executive Director Dr. Noel Chiseve has emphasized the importance of teamwork and accountability in achieving meaningful goals in the fight. Dr. Chiseve states that the Alliance Against Corruption is appealing for enhanced collaboration, noting that law enforcement agencies and the judiciary must work together seamlessly to ensure effective investigation, prosecution, and detection of corruption cases. He says the judiciary should consider establishing clear sentencing guidelines for corruption cases to promote consistency and fairness, urging the law enforcement agencies and the judiciary to foster a culture of collaboration and regularly share information, best practices, and expertise to enhance the fight against corruption.
Both law enforcement agencies and the judiciary must maintain transparency in their processes and ensure accountability for those involved in corruption, regardless of their position or influence. Law enforcement agencies should prioritize thorough investigations and gather robust evidence to support charges and sustain convictions. We need to promote transparency and accountability, ensure that all processes and decisions are transparent, and those found guilty of corruption face appropriate consequences. The law enforcement agents must support robust investigations and provide adequate resources and support for thorough investigations and evidence collection. There is need to ensure consistent sentencing and have established guidelines for sentencing in corruption cases to promote consistency and fairness.
Citizens in Western Province have called for assistance to support local football clubs and develop the talent to young players in the region. Speaking when they participated on the morning light breakfast show, Woman Crush Wednesday on Oblate Radio Liseli, listeners called to express their support and stating that football has potential to positively impact the lives of young people in the region. Listeners called for ways to support the club, such as the constituency development fund CDF and fundraising ventures, among others, to help nurture young talent in Western Province.
Kambe kuhande kuli mwama ya shile ngasi DFwa kasi likuzulanga kasi monisilimu kufumane ngawate nifila nebe kakalorofila kakayinyani kakuweza support onali timu zangu na zeza limbola za ipapali mwabulosi mwende hala kukaizi wachwalo ipe tumukafumana kuli kukava vela bunolo baba hizi mwali papali zeso na ingezeo wole wana wo tata wa unausari za hande kula kuluma ma businessmen ma baba nima companies they don't want to come in kuli wakono kutosa mawana kuli mwali mbola zeso na ingezeo mola ya tua cheka mbiki kona please aruli keni kusutelelanga kuwa wanakaka kabuinyani wafitabaza mangi wakupa kupamusika mbali tena kwa chao amba tuse bola ya tula chene wana bamuso abali kutusama clubs ama mwama nyani kwa at least wabe ni uno wakufumana ngateli za maya please arubone ni kuli lwatusa mwakamo kuli mbo ya lilokola bola kamba lipapalila bola likone kuzola pili kuya papata.
And Petronella Mayungo, president of Olukulu Dynamos Football Club, who featured on the program, highlighted the need for support not just for her club but for all teams in the region.
Obasari, abana, maneno kama ukwa musu, aizuma ukuru, kapa aizuma bulosi kaufilamo. Kuli aluta heni, uswali sanenima zoho, bashimani, basizani, balahembola ya mahutu, balahembola ya mazoho, dipaktiki zengata. Baba nani milituso ziba nani kaofia abali kisefa bukaofi ifumani afalugo secondary fare kwa rugo square baba nani mihupule minge yeko na kutusa kweba club yao ne ku Dynamos okumbana na bale balahanga ngiba skacha nibo shakuli aluna mashere nyavale class cho baba luteleza shangwe amuni sutelele mani ziba kuli rukone ku swali sana ukusebana na bashimani kusebana na basizani bale abana ni club kaofia abasizani banasi nkomwiziko wachimbanda kwa old market kwa wanchuma lukana lukopana mali kweze tatama kwa pata kwa irubone kuiweza chwani maklabu aluna mwendalu ziba hali ona batu abasabu kusi chemwe ndiko nafira kupo nkupa batu kusutelera shangwe kuli usebezi walimbola mwalukulumu ukone kuzuela pili.
As we end the news, a recap of the headlines. Sesheke Kazungwa Road earmarked for construction. Senanga signs contracts for 2025 CDF community projects. Citizens call for support to Western local football clubs. That ends the main news. If you want to share news or comment on our stories, you can call or WhatsApp on the number 0955 221641. I am Trust Limpo Samutumwa, Oblate Radio Liseli, spreading the light of Christ. Good afternoon.